What is up, guys? It is your boy Phil Shocker, the Nice Treasure here with a very important video, guys. It's actually going to be the Stab League Wi-Fi draft analysis. You guys checked out, we actually uploaded a week 1 match because the league is upload required, so that way people can take records and knows of what killed and everything like that. I was debating, and I did leave a comment down below for people to be interested in that type of thing, and I ultimately made this decision. I had 2 leagues that just ended. Actually, 3 leagues that just ended. I'm joined one more. I think I'm willing to upload one more league and probably not upload that one. So, APA is almost finishing up, and then the next season for APA, whichever league I'll be in, I don't know when that'll start up. I think that's starting up in May, I think it said. So, fingers crossed. I'm hoping to get into Odyssey, which I believe is the second bet. Is like Indigo's the bottom, and I believe Odyssey is up next, and then Ascension, and then what is it? Classic, I believe. So it's gonna be really fun. I really enjoyed this league. We did lose. If you guys, I'm gonna spoil it right now if you haven't seen it already. We lost 2-0, partially due to just me not really remembering my prep, because if I had uploaded this, I would have known my prep, and I would have known exactly what I was going to bring and changed up if I had to, but I didn't. I went with what I could remember and then just went from there. So it is what it is. It's too bad, but you know what? Where it is. But right now, we're not here to talk about that. We're going to talk about our draft analysis, because I will be uploading the team builders and this on my Bandy, and then obviously I will just, once the battle starts, then I will start recording the video. Again, I do apologize if you don't like it off my phone, but I already have gotten 3 views and a subscriber from that, I'm guessing. So first off, thank you to whoever subscribed. If you let me know who you are, I'll let you know. I already know some that have subscribed, but the one that made it number 8, thank you so much. But let's go ahead and just get into the team. I won't talk too much about the mons we have drafted, so actually we have not tried drafting. So the first Pokemon I drafted, and this is just, I think this was based on how I drafted, I think, but if not, this is just the order we're going with. So my first Pokemon here is G-Max Gengar. We can hold items. They don't have to hold a Pokeball or anything like that, but we can hold items. G-Max Gengar. There's no way I'm ever going to use G-Max Gengar ever again. And I think I got the 2nd or 3rd pick overall in the draft. There was no way I was letting G-Max Gengar go when there was no way he was going to make it back to me. I don't know how Aaron got it in WB. It's a 2nd pick, but G-Max Gengar is a phenomenal Pokemon, really a scary mon. Its Ghost-type move turns into a Shadow Tag move, basically, to where if you get hit with it, you are now stuck, which actually could be a problem for Dark types, because if Dark types get trapped, Gengar does learn Dazzling Gleam, so that could be something that Dark types have to be scary, and the fact that it does get the fighting move of Max Knuckle, which is basically Focus Blast. So Gengar can actually effectively 1v1 a Dark type in the right situation of the match, such is really going to be something that a lot of people have to prep for. We're naming it Danny for Danny Phantom, because I really like that. Up next, we're running Trigun. I'm changing up the name because I realized that people do use Cerberus for this one. And I remember when I was watching Game with Luke's FFA Frenzies with, and he had his friend PK say Trigun Living. I want to go with Trigun. I think Trigun's actually a pretty good name. I went with Hydreigon because Hydreigon's so good this generation, dude. Access to things like Dragon Dance, Nasty Plot. This Pokemon is much more offensive. This lets me have a mon that can run Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, Assault Vest if I really felt like it. Access to Roost now because we are doing this post-home, so I can use Roost and Defog on this Pokemon, so it gives me a defogging option for defensive mon and everything like that. But Hydreigon is just an overall powerhouse of a Pokemon. I'm not going to talk too much, but I have drafted it several times. Never finished the league with it, but I plan on doing it this time with Hydreigon. Up next, somehow this was still on the board towards me. Again, if this is the 3rd overall pick, then it is. I got Blastoise, and if there's a reason why you all should not accept on Blastoise, it got shell smashed this generation due to the move tutors from Gen 8 when they brought in the Pokemon from home. This is crazy because now Blastoise becomes much more of a monster. If you guys didn't see the battle, it put in the work. It got the lowest mid-roll in that Jolteon that let it live on 1 HP, because if we had KO'd that Jolteon, essentially we win that game. No ifs, ands, or whats about it. We would have won that game. But it is what it is. You can't help it. But Blastoise not only gives me a Shell Smash Pokemon, but it gives me a really strong defensive Pokemon for a Rapid Spin support, good Assault Vest user, I want to be a pure attacker set with Mirako and stuff like that. It's just a really good Pokemon. I'm really excited to try out Normal Blastoise. I've never really tried Normal Blastoise before, so I'm really looking forward to this. Up next is a mon that we're not going to talk too much about because I have drafted it before in the past, and then we're kind of somewhat finished leagues with it, but I've actually changed up the nickname, though. We are going with Streamers because it looks like it's covered in streamers instead of ribbons, even though ribbons is still a cute name, too, but Streamers I think was really cute. But we're in Sylveon here. Sylveon's Pixelate nerf definitely still hurts us to this day, but access to things now like Baton Pass. It's now got Toxic back in its moveset. It's got access to Calm Mind for setup options. It's got access to Mystical Fire, so it's one of the few fairies that can actually put in work against the Steel types under the right situation in that sense of regard. It's just going to be a really good Spadef bulky Pokemon. Can be built physically defensive if I can build it right in that sense of regard, but this Pokemon, again, just puts it so much work, and it's a phenomenal. Excuse me. It's a phenomenal Specs user. I really hope to find some times to use Specs Sylveon because Sylveon is just a good Pokemon. Up next is the mon I barely have ever had a chance to draft a lot of the times, but we're bringing Arcanine, aka Sky, because Sky was one of my dogs that is with my parents now. And Arcanine is really good. Arcanine can be built defensively, offensively, mixed, speedy, Scarf, Band. There's a lot of ways to run Arcanine. And I definitely think Arcanine has got potential to be one of a great Pokemon for this team. Heavy Duty Boots makes Arcanine really a massive threat if it's defensive in that sense of regard, or an offensive Arcanine with Morning Sun. Definitely a scary Pokemon that a lot of teams have to prep for. Up next we have Spider-Man, and this gave me a Sticky Webs option, which really helps out Gengar, and Hydreigon, and even Arcanine if I really think I want to, or even Sylveon, or some of the other mons I have left. But basically, with Sticky Webs, it really forces people to run Taunt. Heavy Duty Boots really helps Galvantula if it's going to be pure offensive versus a team. But this overall is a good Pokemon, and I haven't really used Galvantula a lot, and I really want to use Galvantula. Definitely with Compound Eyes, it's so good because of Thunder. Unnerve is also really good to stop the berries potentially from doing any work against me, in that sense of regard as well. So that's really, really good that I really enjoy. Up next, we have got Caparaja. Ellie, I don't know why, but I love the name Ellie for an elephant. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but I just love the name. But we've got Caparaja here. I've used Caparaja only like one time in Draft League, and this is my first official league using it. It's not the best defensive Pokemon. Obviously, it needs leftovers, or it needs Assault Vest, and it needs like max HP to do any defensive building and stuff like that. But this Pokemon gets access to Sheer Force, which power-up moves like Play Rough, Iron Head, Superpower, I'm pretty sure. What other moves? There's very few. And also, the access to Heavy Metal is really good, too, because I can now run things like Heavy Slam and Heat Crash and do more damage than they would originally do, because Heavy Metal makes my weight double in size. It also gives me a Stealth Rocker as well, so it gives me some hazards for stuff there. Up next, I needed another way to remove hazards, and then we got them Curves, because it's Serena. We've got Queen Magi, which really will prevent setup in case of priority if I have any mons I don't want to lose priority to. Also, it's a really good defensive Pokemon, really good Assault Vest user. Rapid Spinner, like I said, so they can be built to be fast and offensive, and that's a really built bulky. I think Serena's going to be a really good Pokemon. I've never used Serena before, so I'm really excited. Up next, we've got the boy Marine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to name it my boy George, actually. You know what? We're going to name it George. I'll make sure I spell your name right, George. Don't worry. I know you're going to be watching this. But we're naming this George after my boy, Sir Horgy. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name, George. I'm sorry. We're just going to name it George because here's one reason why I drafted this Pokemon. No retreat is allowed, so I had to grab this Pokemon. And if this was really my 9th overall pick, I'm surprised that this was on the board. This Pokemon is relatively offensively and defensively as well. No retreat really makes it help, and given this thing the right item, this thing can just go in town. Also, Defiant is really good because it pressures people not to bring Defog versus my team in that sense of regard. Up next, we have Vanillix here, and I pretty much grabbed it for the fact could grab Aurora Veil and do some shenanigans with that. Plus, access to Freeze Dry is really good, and plus this Pokemon just puts on a lot of good work, actually, versus a lot of teams, so I'm really excited about that. And last pick overall was Rhyperior Shoulder Pads. I needed a Ground type, I needed another Stealth Rocker, and I needed some way to at least tank the Ground type hits, because I am weak to Ground. And now I can actually run things with some weakness policy sets and stuff like that with Solid Rock. Overall, it's a really good Pokemon. I'm really excited to try it out. But that's give it the team, guys. Definitely leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the Field Striker crew today. Well, else, I'll be in there, and I'll see you guys in week 2. Until next time, guys, peace.